If you're the type of person to try to be available for people as a way to be nice, I would invite you to consider that maybe you're doing a disservice to yourself and to the people that you're trying to be nice for. I think a lot of good people would benefit from not being so available all the time. And why I think this is important, it comes down to one thing. It comes down to the fact that human beings don't respect what they have too much access to. I'll give an example. A couple years back, my area had a bit of a power outage. Not even a bit, a huge power outage. And so we didn't have electricity for almost 24 hours, I think. And long story short, I haven't struggled with electricity problems for a long time, for years. And even though I was someone that grew up with electricity problems, blackouts where we had to all huddle around a candle, I still, because it hadn't happened for a long time, I didn't really think about the fact that electricity could go. It wasn't in my field of vision. So what this shows is that no matter how good your intentions are, I consider myself a relatively grateful person. No matter how good your intentions are, you can still take things for granted. Why? Because in this example, electricity has been available for me for a long time. Like, I haven't worried about not having electricity. In the same way, if people think that no matter what they do, no matter how they act, you're still going to be available for them, around for them, then in a way, the only outcome of that is not being treated well, is disrespect, is being taken advantage of. Because people eventually get lazy. They say, "Oh, I don't have to put in any effort to keep this person happy. They'll stay with me no matter what." And it just can't be like that if you're going to have a good relationship. At least not in my experience. You know, I'm not saying don't be there for people. I'm saying if someone else isn't putting in the effort, then it doesn't make you no longer a good person to just not be available for them anymore. If they send you a message, you don't have to respond instantly if they're not the type of person who treats you like they deserve it. Who treats you in a way where they, in your opinion, they do deserve it. And that's why I said for good people, because this could be hard if you want to be there for people, and if you have had good experiences with certain people before, it could be hard to actually put your foot down and say, I'm going to put me first. But I think part of getting older is realizing that people have to earn their time with you. I truly believe that. We all have a finite time on earth, and we can't be wasting it with people who don't value us the way that we should be valued. And that can sound harsh, but the reality is no one's going to bring your time back for you if you end up wasting it on people that don't deserve it. And all the time that you do spend with people who aren't worth your time is taking time away from people who are. People who would love your time. The one thing you should always remember is that there's someone out there who would love your company. There's someone out there who would love to have you checking in on them, to speak to them, to do things with them. If someone's not treating you the way that you want to be treated, you actually realize that you actually do have options, even if it doesn't feel like it, because sometimes it can feel like we're alone, but the reality is there's always somebody, whether they're in your life right now or whether they're going to be in your life in the future. There's never a point where there's no one on earth who would want to talk to you. The world is so connected the way it is now, is that we're going to find people eventually. So there's two things. learning to not be so available for people, being okay with that idea and not calling yourself a bad person for it, and also being okay with with your own company effectively. Because some people, I know another struggle that people have with being too available is that they actually don't really want to be alone with their thoughts. They don't want to spend their time alone. They'd rather have someone to talk to. But I think this puts you in a vulnerable position, and not in the good way. It puts you in a position where just effectively you're sort of outsourcing your self-esteem to other people. You're like, oh, this person is going to make me feel like I have friends, like I'm a good person, like whatever void that they're feeling for you that's causing you to want to stay in touch with them, keep responding to them ASAP, even though they aren't reciprocating, whatever it is that they're doing for you, it's never going to be enough. You have to be okay. You have to learn to be okay with not messaging anyone, not talking to anyone, not needing to talk to that particular person. And I'm not saying that you should, be a lone wolf like people say. I'm saying you need to not, it's not a good idea to have people that have that level of control over you. It just doesn't set up for a good life, and it doesn't set up for a good relationship. Imbalanced relationships never end well. They just don't. So the bottom line is, you're not wrong for not being too available for people. In fact, being too available can be what leads to disrespect. It could be what leads to the deterioration of a relationship. Because a lot of the time, people will start treating you better subconsciously when they realize that you have a standard. You have a standard for the way that they need to treat you for you to keep showing up for them. So I find that useful to know.